Hey guys! So today I was going to show you guys how I make my stretch mark lotion, and you guys could make this in a variety of ways. It's not really a lotion, it's just like a infused oil with herbs that are really good for the stretching of skin and for the hydration of your skin. Reason other than, okay, so people get stretch marks for a number of reasons. A lot of the time it is genetics, but a lot of time they can be prevented by moisturizing the skin. And so these herbs that I'm going to go over are herbs that are really moisturizing to the skin. So what I'm going to be using as my base for my oil is avocado oil. Avocado oil is awesome for stretch marks. It's not that expensive. For this non-GMO 33.8 fluid ounces of avocado oil, it was about 10 bucks. So compared to avocado oil, which is a little, not avocado, almond oil, which is a little bit more pricier, this is definitely not as expensive and it works just as well. So I'm going to be doing this so they call it like a witchy way, like I forgot how you do it. Folklore, is it folklore version of medicine making. It's okay, so I'm gonna be making this medicine based off my intuition and not really like gonna measure things out, but I am going to add a number of ingredients that are important. So I'm mostly going to be focusing on ingredients, not so much on quantities. So first, one of my main ingredients that I'm going to be adding a lot of, let me look for it in my herb basket, calendula. So I got these at In Harmony in Ocean Beach, and there's like this In Harmony herbs and spices store that sells completely organic herbs and spices that are awesome for medicine making and for using in your food. So I got calendula flower. I got an ounce of this. So I'm gonna be adding this entire ounce of calendula flowers into my mixture. Calendula is awesome for stretch marks, for the moisturization of skin. Skin loves flowers. So really, anything that's a flower, your skin is going to really appreciate. Calendula is used in a number of stretch mark lotions, in nipple balms, a lot of pregnancy related products, simply because it's very safe during pregnancy. It's not stimulating whatsoever, so this is really safe during pregnancy. So I have this jar, and I recommend using a clean jar that's dry. This isn't clean because my oil from before this batch was in here, and so there's still like a lot of remnants of like rose and lavender on the bottom, so I'm gonna use the same thing just so I can use that. I could like take advantage of all that stuff that's in there. So I'm gonna use, well, I mean, I'm gonna put a ½ ounce, and I'm gonna see like how much that makes, because that fills up the jar, because I am going to add more herbs to it. So I want it all to fit. I don't want the oil to like be sucked in by all these dry herbs. So I think I am going to be using just a ½ ounce, simply because I'm going to be adding more herbs to this, and I don't want the oil to just like suck into this entire batch of calendula. So I can save this for, maybe I'll make 2 batches just so I can have one macerating, and when this finishes I can use the other one. Alright, so first herb, calendula. And just so you guys can see the flower, it looks like this when it's dry. It's like a little yellow flower, part of the daffodil family. Sunflower, same as sunflower family. So yeah, yellow's awesome. It's also great as a tea for pregnancy. it's really great during labor. It's great to have calendula in your hospital bag. I don't know. I guess I just called my bag a hospital bag, but it's technically a birth center bag. But it's good for easing the pain of labor. So since I'm going to be doing natural labor, this is what I'm going to be using. Then I'm going to add lavender. So I have this much lavender. And lavender is awesome for skin. Lavender is specifically really great for burns. I recently burned my finger with oil. It was like a really deep penetrating oil burn. I stuck my hand in this batch of super potent lavender tea that I made and just stuck it, put a lot of ice in it, and just stuck my hand in there for a long, maybe 6 hours. And it completely healed my finger. It didn't hurt afterwards, so that's sweet. So since I'm going to be making 2 batches of this, I'm just going to use half of these flowers. So now I have lavender in there, you can see. So I'm gonna save that for the other batch that I'm about to make. Oh my gosh, that scared the shit out of me. I'm so sorry. I don't have a tripod anymore or a fancy camera. I'm relying on my iPhone. So next one I'm gonna use is going to be, I'm going to be using rose hips. I need to find them. Here they are. Rose hips. So I'm going to be using rose hips. The reason I'm using rose hips is because this is what I have. And I don't have rose petals right now. I'm actually going to go on a walk in a little bit and go steal some roses from my neighbors. Roses work so much better when they're stolen. They have the highest frequency out of any flower in the world. They vibrate at 328 hertz, while the human body vibrates at around 60 to 70 hertz. So I added some rose hips in there. This is awesome for depression. It's also great for postpartum depression. So this is awesome to be drinking as a tea during pregnancy, definitely. So I added that in there. And then, last but not least, I'm going to be adding some orange peels, dried orange peels. I wasn't able to get a tangerine oil because tangerine oil is also really great for stretch marks. But because all the I couldn't find an organic tangerine oil. I could only find a not organic one, and I don't want to be putting not organic tangerine oil right where the baby's at, because it's literally absorbing everything I'm putting on my body. So I got the closest thing, which is dried orange peels. So I'm gonna put these in my mixture. I'm gonna use half of these. And so now it looks like that. And I'm gonna be charging it with some Reiki, put some Reiki symbols on it. And so I think this is all the ingredients I have. One other ingredient that's very common, very popular, you could use chamomile. Chamomile flowers are awesome for the skin, and they're also relatively cheap. So you could even add chamomile to this mixture. As you can see, I have half of it full of flowers. So I'm gonna fill up the other half with oil. So here's my avocado oil. And honestly, this is probably gonna take up the entire bottle, or half of the bottle. I think I got a smaller one last time and I used up the entire bottle. I can't really remember. but these herbs are gonna soak up a lot of it. I might use up the entire bottle. Because this is 3 cups, 2 cups. Okay, well, regardless, it's going to be super potent, so. I might have to get another avocado oil to make a second batch. Okay. That's good. So I got my oil here. Gotta put the cap on it. I'm gonna give it a good little shake. And there's that. That's how you make your oil. You're gonna let this sit for at least a month. I don't have a month because I give birth like in 5 weeks to like 9 weeks. Well, now it's 4 to 8. So I'm gonna be using this as it macerates. Like usually you're supposed to like squeeze all the oil out of the dry flowers and then throw away the dry flowers, thank them for what they've done, and then you use the oil after the month is done. But since I'm probably gonna like give birth by that time, I'm just gonna start using it, since avocado by itself is good and it's gonna be infusing and it's gonna be okay. So there's that. This is good for I want to say 3 months. Using it all over your body. If you don't like overdo it, be careful. Try to use it at nighttime. I wouldn't recommend using it before you put clothes on because it will stain your clothes. And if you do, put it on like an hour before you put your clothes on so the oils absorb into your skin. So thank you guys for watching. Namaste, much love, much light, much abundance, and see you guys later. Bye.